Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, we are here at PRI 2024. It's day one. We are here for RacingJunk, but we have a real special treat for you guys. We are here with Matt Field, and he has a really spectacular car that we first saw at SEMA. Not that it was just at SEMA, but like that's how we kind of became aware of it.
Well, that was the first time it was actually a thing.
Right. And it has had a few things added to it, developed to even get it to PRI, to the Racing Performance Industry show. And he was kind enough to agree to tell us about the vehicle, to walk through it. I'm going to let him take it over because he is, of course, the professional driver, conceptualizer, all of those things. So. And
we turn wrenches too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So Matt, take it away. Tell us about this vehicle and like what it took to get it to PRI, because I know it's about to go on the dyno, right? Or did it already go on the dyno?
It's going on the dyno like the day it gets home, basically, back to California.
All right. I'm going to let you introduce it start to finish.
Okay, I'll handle it.
Thank you.
All right, so this is a C8 Corvette 2022. It was a flood damage car from Florida.
Okay.
Right, so that's how we were able to get it and kind of keep the cost down.
Exactly.
And it was great because being a flood damage car, we had straight body panels. I was able to sell some of those.
Excellent.
The transmission's still good. Sell some of that stuff. To help offset, right? Because this is definitely an expensive car to build, so anything that I can do to help offset the cost has been great.
Yeah, I think that's what first caught our guys' eyes, that it was a C8 that you were doing this to.
Different.
Yeah. Oh, we kind of buried the lead. It is going to be a drift car, right?
Yeah, it is a drift car. It has 65 degrees of steering angle, so that's what sets it apart from being just your average race car. It's a little bit different.
So it does go fast, but it also does other stuff, right?
But that's where professional level drift cars are. They want to be fast. You want them to go as fast as possible, but you also want them to be able to do it sideways.
Exactly. Okay, you keep talking.
All right. So it's an LS engine, which is weird because normally the Corvettes come with LTs.
Exactly.
So it's an LS, but it's not anything GM related anymore, basically.
I bet they love that.
The only thing left is some gaskets and some seals.
Okay.
So it's a concept performance block, which is tall deck and raised cam.
Right.
It's 468 cubic inches, 16-to-1 compression, and it does 1,012 horsepower to the crank, naturally aspirated. So yeah, turning 9,000 RPM. The key with this was to be a very visceral experience.
Right.
I wanted to sound crazy, look crazy. I wanted the engine to look as crazy as the body did.
Yeah.
So when I decided, I'm like, we have to do 8-into-1. So I brought it over to Borla Performance. They had all the CAD scans from GM, all the scans of the engine and the transaxle, and they built the 8-into-1 exhaust right before SEMA. That was another close deadline.
I know.
Got done right before SEMA, bolted it, put the new engine in, put the headers on, and basically wiped it down and took it to SEMA. And since then, to get it to this point, has been a ton of wiring. Okay. So Robbie from AIM...
It always takes longer than you think.
Everything does. Everything does.
Wiring in particular, though, because it's one little thing can change the whole...
And just like anything, all right, it's done. Systems checked. All right, now we got to fix this and solve this problem. So we're at the point where it is ready for the dyno.
Okay,
and then it'll be ready for the track. The plan is to get it tuned and then probably have a track day with my partner, Part Shop Max, who did all the suspension for this, because they want to come out and do some measuring, some tuning, changing some springs, change some Ackerman, because this, we don't know how it's going to drive.
Right.
And Part Shop Max it's a completely new front end, never been done before.
Okay.
It uses a C6 steering rack and a C6 knuckle, and it uses a hang-tight electric power steering pump. So it's electric over hydraulic, which is also a little bit new to me. So there's a lot of new things that are involved in this. So it's a little bit of crossing our fingers and figuring out how it goes. But at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, this still has a lot to do with the C6 competition car. There's a lot of carryover, a lot of knowledge, but a lot different. So we'll see.
Stick shift in it, right? Like not obviously.
Yes. So
but
the
it's
big,
kind of unique.
What kind of made this project possible? I was scouring the internet trying to find, I need a transaxle that has very specific measurements that would actually work. Because I figured if I can't find a transmission for this car, I'm not going to build it. Because the stock automatic transmission is not going to fly. So I searched and searched and searched, and then finally I got some engineering drawings from the guys over at Weddell, and I did some rough measuring, and I'm like, whoa, this could actually work. And I reached out to them, and they're like, yes, it'll handle the power, this is how this goes. Signed an NDA, they sent us the CAD files, my engineer plugged it into our model, and we were like, oh, this is viable, this can actually work. So I would really like to say, like, between Part Shop Max and the guys over at Weddell, they really made this project kind of get off the ground. Because without them, without this transmission, and without my CAD engineer, Chris, it would have never happened.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Can we just do a quick kind of pan of the car, and then we
wrap
it? How was the dyno? experience?
So
Expected or unexpected?
this was my first time having the engine on an engine dyno.
Okay.
I always take my car to the wheel dyno,
Right.
which is a normal thing.
Yeah.
Been doing it for 16 years.
Yeah.
But seeing it on an engine dyno is
Yeah.
different. Hearing the load that it goes through and seeing
Right.
headers start glowing hot and like seeing all
And
that
you're like,
right.
I'm gonna get in that car.
It's so weird. It's so weird. When we get back next week, we'll officially fire it up in the car for the first time because everything's been working separately
Yeah.
on the bench,
Yes.
but it hasn't been driven.
The whole thing.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
So that's where we're at. Is it's time to drive this freaking thing.
Well, and we will be following that build. We will be following what happens next with it, all of that.
Thank you.